Good morning and welcome to Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening's Sunday morning service. We're glad you're here. I start my day with love. Want to start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. Now sing that with me this morning. Let's start our day with love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. It's claim some peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel the sweet release of peace. My day with joy. Everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. That's what I'm claiming for myself and for each of us this morning, that we start in the energy of love and we expect more love. So let's just be that vessel this morning for divine love moving through us, expressing as us, and let's look for it everywhere we go. Which is a perfect segue right into a wonderful song by my good friend Andy Anderson. Everywhere I go, I see God in the beauty of the trees. I see God in the love that's you and me. I see God. Oh, God is you and me, so beautiful to see. I'm living in the moment, it's all there is. I'm alive, awake and aware. There's good flowing everywhere. That's all I am, all I'll ever be. Yeah. So I see God. Now everywhere you go, just see God. Seek and you shall find. And everything you do, just see God. Express the beauty that is you. Just see God. Oh, God is you and me, so beautiful to see. I'm living in the moment, it's all there is. I'm alive, awake and aware. There's good flowing everywhere. That's all I am, all I everywhere you go. Just see God. Yeah. The one power and presence, the one source by the many names. Let's look for it and find it everywhere. It shows up as love. It shows up as peace and joy. It shows up as harmony. It shows up as connections. We feel it in the trees. We feel it. We see it in nature. We feel it and we see it with a loved one. Let's look for it and find it everywhere around us, knowing that it's the presence of love that is surrounding us at all times. So let's just take a breath and sink into that presence of love right here, right now, and just be mindful of our breath. Have a little moment of musical meditation, following the breath in, releasing it slowly. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love, sweet love, comes through. Oh, love, sweet love, surrounds me now. Love is the only truth. Anchor that with me in your heart, knowing that love is the only truth. And so I just sit in this energy of love, recognizing that love is truly the only truth, that perennial philosophy of the one mind, the one heart, the one life of the divine moving through all of its creation. And I am that. You are that. We are connected in that energy of that one truth, that divine substance permeating all life, all being. So I breathe into this moment of stillness, affirming and anchoring this truth in me, as me, through me. Love is the only truth. I let it lead me and guide me and direct my way. I surrender the smallness, the ideas of control, the ideas of knowing how things work out. And I trust that I never have to know the how. I just surrender that in each now moment, trusting the power back of everything brings all of the events of my life together in a beautifully orchestrated way. And so I just trust in that divine unfolding for myself, for my community, for my world. And I invite you to take these words as your own and just sit in that truth in this moment and just say, thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this life, for this breath, for love at the center of all. Thank you. And so it is. It was so great to be with everyone in person. Well, not everyone, but a lot of folks in person last week at the Charlotte Art League. And we will be doing that again next week. Oh, yeah. So we'll be doing that again next week. So the 1st and the 15th of August, we'll be together in person at 10 a.m., continuing our online service at 11 a.m. So we invite you to join us. I'm in the Zen zone now. I feel myself kind of floating. So float along with me. We're going to have a good time together this morning. And we have a reading coming up for you next. So enjoy.
Trusting your intuition. You have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition. What you'll discover will be wonderful. What you'll discover is yourself. Alan Alda. When through intuition, faith finds its proper place under divine law, there are no limitations, and what are called miraculous events follow. Rather, miraculous results, I would imagine events too, follow. Ernest Holmes. The Science of Mind, page 162. Many people feel perplexed about the difference between intuitive knowing and mind chatter. I believe we are all encoded with a powerful connection to the expansive universe. The infinite flow of ideas and creativity lives within us all. In fact, the answer to every question vibrates in the intuitive field. So, why is it so hard to hear it and to understand it? We've not been taught to listen and to respond to this voice. We have been programmed to listen only to the mind and not to the heart. Many of us have been shot down when we have shared a deep knowing, and our conditioning has the need for proof overshadowing the power of stillness. The art of connecting to our intuition begins with deep listening and activation of faith. By doing so, we give ourselves the opportunity to slow down and to connect to Source. We step onto the pathway of learning to truly listen to that still, small voice. Here's a simple practice. When you get a feeling about something, check in with your heart to see if it is open. If not, pause and don't make a decision until your heart aligns. Intuition often speaks from and through the heart. The practice of listening and connecting to your intuition is transformative. It takes time and practice, but it will support you in living more powerfully. Reverend Cynthia James, published originally May 2014. And the affirmation: I am activating a deep listening and trust of the intuition that lives within me. I am activating a deep listening and trust of the intuition that lives within me. And so it is.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me say it again. Good morning. I know I've already said it, but let me say it again. Good morning. Because how you start your day is how you live your life. So if it didn't start out as a good morning, let's start it again right now. Good morning. Let's claim a good morning, a good day, a good life. Louise Hay said, how you start your day is how you live your day, and how you live your day is how you live your life. And I remind myself of that on a daily basis, right? How do I want this day to go? How do I want this life to go? I am living in my choice point every single moment. And so good morning. How you start your day is how you live your life. I have experienced the best alarm clock this past week, I have to share. And it has helped me to start my day an absolute joy and bliss. And my alarm clock has been a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. We had our nephews last week. Such a blast. They were visiting from Georgia, and we had such a great time with them. And the very first morning, and every morning, we had the privilege of waking up to, "It's morning time, Aunt Christy. It's morning time, Aunt Christy." Like, that is the joy. That was literally the first thing I heard the first morning from the 3-year-old Eli. He's like, right here. I'm like, hello. He's like, "It's morning time, Aunt Christy. It's morning time." So I started thinking about how we have that opportunity to greet the day. We have the opportunity to greet the day and to greet our lives with that much excitement, enthusiasm. I love this quote by Curtis Tyrone Jones. It says, "Dance like raindrops and there'll always be sunshine." Dance like raindrops in life and there will always be sunshine. What do raindrops do? Well, they do their own thing. They're unique. They're random, right? They're unpredictable. They're unique. They're free. Let us live unique, unpredictable, and free, much like a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, living through life with such enthusiasm and excitement and expectancy of joy. Just woo, like I talked about last week, right? Creating this joy contingent in our lives. Living in that place of really, really expecting good, expecting joy, and excited to reveal the next joy. And everything is joy. Everything that they touch, they're looking at with wonder, right? So let us return to that childlike wonder about life and our leaning into it with such excitement, enthusiasm, and expectancy. It's the way that we make room for the joy that I talked about last week. And it's okay if you wake up grouchy. You know, we had some of those times too. Everybody gets grouchy once in a while. So if you wake up grouchy, don't just automatically go, "Well, what the heck with it, because my life's going to be grouchy now because that's how I started my day." No, you can reset. That's the beauty of this choice point life that we get to live. But the key is to be with it, not just pretend it's not there. Okay, I'm grouchy, okay? Or, okay, something really tragic has happened. I'm going to be with that. I'm going to be with what is. And then we make way for the joy, not by running from what is, but being with what is. More on that in a moment. But, I get it, that in addition to any personal hardship or loss that you might have experienced in the last year and a half, we have all experienced, and you're probably tired of hearing about it, but it's something we all need to look at. The fact that we have all experienced a collective fight or flight through this whole COVID experience. A collective around the globe, we have experienced a collective fight or flight. And so now, this is something like we haven't seen since, the flu of, what was it, 1928 or something. So in a very long time, we've not experienced anything like this on such a global scale. So imagine the whole entire planet contracting. And now everybody's starting to go, okay, I'm coming back out of my shell. So any tendency to protect against life, to defend, to harden, to want to control and make sure that we're safe, that you might have had before, I can pretty much guarantee it got turned up a little bit. The dial got turned up a little bit. So now we get the opportunity to reset, to have a reset. And to do that, we have these wonderful gifts of perception and trust. So we can shift our perspective on something. We can shift our perspective and move into a space of being willing to let the sun shine a little brighter. I love that Charles Dickens quote. The sun himself is weak when he first rises and then gathers strength and courage. The sun himself is weak when he first rises. So give yourself a break, right? If you need a reset, that's okay. But gather that strength and that courage. It comes from welcoming all of life, not running from it, but welcoming all of life, being with it. That's why meditation is so important. And a lot of people don't meditate because they think it's harder than it has to be. It doesn't have to be so hard. It's a matter of following your breath. Following your breath. I tell people to imagine that they're sitting in the middle of a room and there's a front door and a back door, and as you watch someone walk across in front of you and right out the back door, that's what we can do in meditation. Just stop. Breathe. Don't try so hard to not think. Just witness your thoughts and witness your breath. Maybe even put your hand on your heart to take your attention there, out of your thinking mind, out of the monkey mind, the mind chatter, and into that intuitive space within, where we can tap into the Spirit flowing through us and be with our breath, be with the moment, be with ourselves. We have such a tendency to run from life, to run from ourselves, to not even know ourselves. We need to know thyself. It's so important to our evolution as a being, as beings on this planet, right? Our spiritual evolution depends on our ability to be with ourselves, to know ourselves and stop running. You know you're running if you're in critical mode. If things are always critical, if it's always urgent, there's always chaos, there's always self-criticism, self-doubt, unworthiness, feelings of separation from your source and from others and life and everything. Those are your warning signs that you are indeed coming from this place of running from who you are, running from life. I know because I've been there. I've done that, and have a tendency. I think we all probably do have a tendency to lean toward it when things feel, because of the fight or flight nature. Have a tendency to lean toward that running, right? To lean toward that running away instead of just dropping in and being with what is, and say, okay, wow, that person said that, or that person cheated, or that person left, or that job didn't work out, and okay, that sucks. It doesn't feel good. I don't like it. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to sit with it. I'm going to look at me, who I am, how I am. I'm going to be in this moment. I'm going to find a way to move from this to the next rung up on the ladder until I can go from depression or anger or sadness and reset and continue to reset and continue to climb that emotional ladder until I'm living back in joy, and continue to do that. But we do it by being willing to step into the unknown every day, willing to just be. It's fine to plan if you're a planner. Us type A personalities. It's okay. It's good. It's fine. Although, of course, Miracle says a healed mind doesn't plan. But if you're still planning, if you still have your lots of planning, I tell you what, first step, just even though you're planning, be willing to release the plan. Be willing to release the plan. If you are, let's say, looking forward to that 15-minute hot shower, and you're in the shower, the next thing you know, your 5-year-old nephew says, "Gotta poop." And there's one bathroom. I'm in the shower going, okay. And then the 3-year-old says, "Me too." I'm like, wow, okay, this was not the plan. The plan was my little 15 minutes shower time alone. And now on the other side of the curtain, I got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old having conversation and activity. At least the plan. And I'm joking, of course. That's a silly little example. But how about when you have an idea for how something's supposed to go in that's bigger, that you have more emotion attached to, because that was just funny. But how about something you have a little more emotion attached to, like how a partner's supposed to behave, or how, in your mind, supposed to, or how a family member should behave, or a politician, or, we have lots of opportunities to have our opinions about how others should behave. Keep on doing my air quotes around should behave. And that's when I come back to that beautiful, beautiful teaching by Byron Katie, loving what is. Are you absolutely sure that this should be different than it is? A lot of times your first answer is going to be, yes, I'm absolutely sure. Okay, all right. Are you absolutely sure? Okay, you are. All right, well, where would you be? How would you feel without that feeling that someone else should be different than they are? And when you start to pull apart, you separate the thinker from the thought from the thinker, as Ernest Holmes said, and you start to look at what is. When you start to question your thoughts, you're able to move into a deeper state of being and welcoming the moment, and being with and welcoming life. And then you have the opportunity to shift perspective, to seek connection, not just with each other, but with all of life, to really feel how connected we are to this planet, to the source that created us, to one another. When I go up to Stone Mountain State Park, I stand at this one foot of this one waterfall, and the water's coming down. And I love being there sometimes when no one's around. And I'll just stand there and sing. And I'll sing things like, there is only love. And I'll just stand there and I'll say, all one, all connected. And I kind of do my hands through the water. All one, all connected. Freezing water, by the way, but so nice and good. All one, all connected. All one, all connected. I also do that when I'm doing a meditative walk as my heel hits the ground to my toes. All one, all connected. All one, all connected. Being able to be at peace in our own skin, to be with life, to let other people have their experience and to still have ours, to be able to shift perspective, to be able to seek for connections, to be able to live in truth and trust. This allows us to wake up each morning and say, it's morning time. It's morning time. I'm so excited about what I'm going to find. It's morning time, and I'm so excited about what I'm going to find. Feeling that, trusting our intuition. Dr. Ernest Holmes said our intuition is spirit moving through us. So being able to trust that. I also was reminded of something that Brene Brown said about intuition. Recently, we've been talking about this. It says, intuition is not a single way of knowing. It's our ability to hold space for uncertainty. I'll read you the rest in a second. Think about that. Our ability to hold space for uncertainty. Can you hold space for uncertainty instead of running the heck away from uncertainty? Instead, think, wow, as Deepak Chopra talks about, this is the place of all possibility. The place of uncertainty is actually the place where anything is possible. Because I'm not putting my mental confines on it, my mental restraints around how something's supposed to show up, because I'm not sure, it's uncertain. And so therefore anything's possible because I'm not limiting the infinite. Can we just do that? Let's just do that. Be in that space of holding space for uncertainty. Okay, so I'm going to finish what she says about intuition. Intuition is not a single way of knowing. It's our ability to hold space for uncertainty and our willingness to trust the many ways we've developed knowledge and insight, including instinct, experience, faith, and reason. We have instincts for a reason. We've had these experiences of life and faith and reasoning. But above all of that, our intuition is here to help us trust in that divine moving through us, that divine energy, the power and the presence of the one source of all life is moving through us. It moves through us. We are creators in our lives because this power and presence is moving through us. So learning to trust that, that's the intuitive hit that you want to trust, that divine moving through. And that's the part that knows how. That's the energy, the intelligence that knows how when we don't. The how's not our job anyway. Getting clear about what we want, where we want to go, the direction we want to go, what we want to feel, what we want to experience. That's ours. That's ours to do. How it's supposed to show up, how it's supposed to come to be, we release that to the infinite mind. We release that and let that go. But then people say, well, how do I know the difference between intuition and just plain old mind chatter? Or maybe it's going to be, a feeling that is going to lead me down a bad path or something. So, well, let me ask you this. Is it urgent? Is it coming from a place of self-serving or self-sabotage? Is it self-serving as in, or what I mean by that is as in harm to others, but only good to this one person? Or is it self-sabotaging? Is it urgent? Is it chaotic? A lot of times you can notice easily the mind chatter because it is urgent. It's like, do it. Or don't, right? Urgency is never of spirit. So if you're feeling something that's urgent and you're wondering if that's intuition, no, it's not. It's not, maybe it is if your hand's about to touch a hot stove, but that's a little bit of a different kind of intuition. That's more of a knowing that turn left, right? But still, that same kind of inner flow of intelligence moving through us. We have to learn to trust that. And so the urgency that I'm talking about, we don't want to lean into, is the self-sabotaging or the ways, you know what I'm talking about, the ways that we have a tendency to want to be protecting and defending. Those are the urgent ways. So let me read this quote once again from the reading today. Reading that was not actually today's reading, but it's the one we picked for today. All about trusting your intuition. And this quote is from Alan Alda. You have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition. What you'll discover will be wonderful. What you'll discover will be yourself. Leaving the city of comfort and going into the wilderness of your intuition. It can feel at first. Pretty scary, right? It's a place of uncertainty. But the more you practice it, the more you feel like the raindrops, having a unique experience, an unpredictable, free experience. The more you feel like the 3-year-old and the 5-year-old, being full of excitement and enthusiasm and expectancy. The more you wake up saying, it is morning time. I'm excited to see what I'm going to find. This is how we can live, and this is how we get to continually reset. Come back to reset. Come back and reset. Come back and reset. Come back and reset. Feelings that lift us up, harm no one, and are reinforcing the truth of our oneness with the divine. We reset to that. And then we show others by example that there's always a way to lift up, a way to reach out, a way to connect, and a way to be excited about life. Yeah, let's live that. This is one of my favorite songs about embracing the gift and the power of perspective. It's about a whole lot, actually. Hope you like it. Back when I had a little, I thought that I needed a lot. A little was overrated, but a lot was a little too complicated. See, 0 didn't satisfy me, 1,000,000 didn't make me happy, and that's when I learned a lesson. It's all about your perception. Are you a pauper or a superstar? So you act, so you feel, so you are. It's not about the size of your car, it's about the size of the faith in your heart. This hope doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. This hope doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You can thank God for that. Now in the backcountry of Brazil, I met a young brother that made me feel that I could accomplish anything. See, just like me, he wanted to sing. He had no windows and no doors. He lived a simple life, he was extremely poor. On top of all that, he had no eyesight, but that didn't keep him from seeing the light. He said, what's it like in the USA? But all I did was complain. He said, living here is paradise. Taught me paradise is in your mind. There's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You better thank God for that. There's hope, it doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You can thank God for that. Turn on the TV, somebody's acting crazy. If you let it, it'll drive you crazy. So I'm taking back my power today. See, gas prices keep on rising. The government, sometimes they're lying. You gotta keep on surviving. Keep doing your best, do the best you can. There's hope, doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. better thank God for that. Yeah, there's hope. It doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You can thank God for that. There's hope. Stand up for your rights. Keep shining your light. Show the world your smile. There's hope. Stand up for your rights. Keep shining your light. Show the world your smile. There's hope. Doesn't cost a thing to smile. Don't have to pay to laugh. You can thank God for that. Kids, we see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we love you just the way that you are. Divine love, moving through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the good in my life. Let's just come together with our breath of gratitude. Let's come together and think right now in this moment and feel into all that we have to be grateful for as we hopefully sing along. I'm envisioning you singing along with me, knowing that we are indeed blessed. I always want to tap into that energy of gratitude anytime I'm giving a financial gift to anywhere that I'm spiritually fed, but also when I'm paying a bill or doing anything with the energy of money or the energy of life in any way, to do it from the energy of gratitude. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Every Sunday when we get to this portion of our service, and I'm thinking of all I'm grateful for, I want you to know that I'm thinking of each and every one of you. Whether I know you personally or not, or I just see your comments on Facebook or YouTube, you're in our hearts and you're in our prayers every single week, every single day. And I envision you being with me in this moment, looking in your eye and letting you know that you're loved, and that you are indeed a blessing. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And so I speak this word from the energy of gratitude for each and every person joining this service, for each and every person giving a financial gift. I not only speak a word of gratitude, but I speak a word of blessing, knowing that it returns multiplied abundantly, for as you give, you receive. We're in this reciprocal dance with the infinite as we give of our time and our talent and our treasure. And so I just open my heart and my mind to allow the prosperity that is there. I claim it for myself, for this center, and for each and every one of us. And I say, thank you, God, for all of the good, for all of the blessings, past, present, future, all one and the same. I just say thank you. Thank you. And so it is. All right, please join us for our closing song. And again, we will be in person next Sunday, the 1st of August. And that is next Sunday, right? Yeah. Next Sunday, the 1st of August. And we look forward to seeing you at the Charlotte Art League, 4100 Raleigh Street in Noda. All right. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We love you, we bless you, and we thank you. Have a wonderful week.